It's Bob from MTG Realm. I am here with my good friend John. John, introduce yourself, please.
Well, my name is John. I'm coming to you today to talk about the new Commander decks.
Where can we find you at?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've started a new Commander-based blog, talk about deck strategies, deck building, card selection, that kind of stuff. You can find it at commandtower.tk, or if you are on Tumblr, you can just do a Tumblr search for Command Tower, all one word. Awesome,
and MTG Realm as well. It's on the Blogger as well as Tumblr. And of course, you're probably looking at this on YouTube right now. Anyways, I'm a standard guy. What we have here is a subject matter expert in John. He loves the alternate formats. He loves Plane Chase. He loves Commander. And that's what we're here for today. Commander, John has all 5 of them. Here is all 5. Many Bothans died to bring John these Commander decks right here. And we've got them all. We're going to talk about the Commander decks. Just recently released in November the 1st?
November 1st, yeah.
November the 1st of this year, 2013. There are 5. They're tricolored, representing the old shards of Alera. We've got Bant, which is white, green, blue. Esper, which is blue, white, black.
Yep.
Grixis, which is blue, black, blue, red.
That's correct.
Jund, and I used to play Jund way back then as well. It's red, black, green, and Naya, which is green, red, white. Pre-constructed right out of the package.
Yep.
Again, it's Commander or EDH.
Tuned perfectly to play right out of the package. 100 card singleton decks. They come with the 3 oversized commanders in foil.
As we see here, yeah.
And just ready to go, ready to get you started. Good jumping off point for building your own commander deck.
It's brilliant. Anyways, we are going to have a look at all 5 of them. All right, we are here again. It is Magic the Gathering's Commander 2013. It is the new Commander product out. What we're looking at right now is Nature of the Beast.
Nature of the Beast.
It is Naya.
Naya. It's in red, green, white.
Red, green, white. All these lovely darlings come in this wonderful box. The 100 cards in there as well. We do have our strategy guide as well as the Learn to Play guide. We have 3 oversized foils and the rest of them. What do we have in the way of the 3 commanders that we have being provided with the Naya deck here?
Yeah. Well, first of all, we've got Gahiji Honored One, which
it's a beast.
He's a beast, and he is one of only 2 legendary beasts in Magic right now.
John, I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow. Who's the other one?
The other one is Earl the Miststalker.
Oh, Earl the Miststalker enchantments.
Yeah.
Oh, and auras specifically.
That is the one, yeah.
Love that guy.
So Gahiji says, whenever a creature attacks one of your opponents or a planeswalker that an opponent controls, that creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn.
Oh.
So these don't have to be your creatures.
Right.
This is a very political commander. People want to keep you around.
Yeah.
So that they can continue to hit the guys they want out of the game
bonus
for more damage.
Yep.
So it's definitely, if your kind of thing is hanging back and letting guys wail on each other and then picking up the scraps at the end of the game, you might consider this guy.
That's really nice. I like that strategy. Yeah.
Second one is our returning commander. This is from Alara block. A lot of returning commanders from Alara block in this set.
1 Naya in red, green, and white.
This is Mayael the Anima. Oh,
there we go.
Mayael the Anima. She is
gorgeous art,
lovely art. One of the best pieces of art in out of these 3, definitely.
Yeah. And that's a Jason Chan. Yeah.
Yeah. As 3 mana for a 2/3. For 6 mana. You look at the top 5 cards of your library, put a creature card with power 5 or greater from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order.
Now, that particular set was chocked absolutely full of this theme of power 5 and greater.
Naya was all about large dudes.
Large dudes.
And this deck definitely reflects that. It's got a very good number of big guys in it.
Yep.
Guys that are worthwhile for you to be putting out to be really smashing your opponent. And if this guy's out alongside her, they're even bigger.
Yeah. Absolutely wonderful. Very cool so far. What's our third general that we have?
Okay, so the final guy out of the three is
this the new one,
Marath. He is the second new one between him and Gahiji. He is the flagship commander for this deck.
Okay.
Marath costs one of each. He's a red, a green, and a white. He enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on him equal to the amount of mana spent to cast him.
Right,
So,
and
as the mana increases from the commander tax, as you continue to have to recast him from the command zone, he costs 2 more each time.
Right,
So the first time he'll get 3 counters, then he'll get 5, then he'll get 7, and so on and so forth.
Very nice.
Worthwhile to continue to cast him.
This is a commander that is going to come out fairly early.
He comes out early and he comes out repeatedly because his effect is so good.
Right.
You pay X mana and remove X +1/+1 counters from Marath.
Right.
You choose one. Put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature.
Right.
Or Marath deals X damage to target creature or player. Or put an XX green elemental creature token onto the battlefield.
Nice.
Now they did errata this so that X can't be 0.
Okay.
Which is worthwhile to note because if you could continuously just make 0/0 creatures, that would count towards all kinds of effects of creatures coming into the battlefield.
Right.
So you do have to actually
And that errata come out basically asked
before
the
set was released.
Yeah.
So you do have to actually put some mana into this ability and some counters into it. But that's still good because there's still ways to abuse that. There's still ways to make lots of tokens, lots of damage, do whatever you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is very versatile and very strong, and I like him a lot.
Very nice. I love that effect. Very cool. Now, as with all commander decks, we have to look at the mana base.
Absolutely.
In this particular one, we have to deal with 3 mana here. So how are most players doing this?
Well,
these are staples, the first one, right?
Absolutely. These are back for another round. As with all of the other ones, Command Tower got reprinted from the previous commander sets.
Yep.
And Opal Palace is brand new for this one. Definitely a good include in a deck like this that has a lot of really large guys that want to be swinging because your commanders are going to get big. And this, interestingly enough, also works with him because he's getting extra +1/+1 counters from this ability.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we've got friends here. Very nice.
Very, very good.
Okay, now, John, some of the interesting cards we've got out of this box. Now, what do you think?
Definitely. There's 3 that I wanted to really look at. The first was Tempt with Discovery. Tempt with Discovery is one of the Tempting Offer spells, which is a new
There's a new cycle.
It's a new cycle,
yeah. Tempting Offer.
There's this Tempting Offer in each of these decks, and each one does something a little different. This one says, look for a basic land and put it on the battlefield tapped. Then each opponent may look for a basic land and put it on the battlefield tapped. For each opponent that chose to do that, you look for another basic land and put it on the battlefield tapped. So if you're playing against 3 other people, you could be getting 4 lands out of this.
That's great.
It's a very good card.
And with some of the larger creatures that are actually in this build,
you're going to need the higher mana, so it's definitely worthwhile to put it in. Returning card back for another round is Avenger of Zendikar.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Zendikar block was all about lands coming into play, making dudes bigger. It was very much the world of adventure and strength. And Avenger of Zendikar is a card that definitely reflects that. He comes into the battlefield with a number of 0/1 green plant creatures equal to the number of lands you have. And whenever you play another land after that, you put a +1/+1 counter on each of your plants.
The plants are going to get huge and out of the control. It's like Day of the Triffids all over it with this one. And it saw a lot of play in Standard.
It really did.
I played it.
Don't forget, you don't have to limit this to just the lands that you play per turn. With a card like Tempt with Discovery that we just looked at, you can put 4 more lands into play and put 4 +1/+1 counters on them. With
absolutely wonderful. That could get out of control. That could be silly really quick.
Definitely could get silly. And the final one is Witch Hunt. I pulled out because of its extreme silly political implementation.
Some people might not like this, depending upon your play group. You know what? That's pretty fun.
Get silly. When Witch Hunt comes into play, as long as it's out, players can't gain any more life. at the beginning of your upkeep, or at the beginning of the player who controls it, their upkeep, it deals 4 damage to them. But at the beginning of each end step, that player gives control of Witch Hunt to somebody else. So you miss the 4 damage when you play this because it's already past your upkeep. Give it to the next player down the line, and then at the start of their turn, they take 4 damage.
That's awesome.
Now they can just directly give this back to you if they want, but then they're missing out on it dealing 4 damage to everybody else at the table.
It's a lot more fun in multiplayer, not just 2-on-2, right? Or rather 1-on-1.
It definitely hits a nerve a little harder when there's a lot of people at the table.
If you were playing Orolo, the other legendary general, you'd probably want to go ahead and get rid of this sooner than later.
You need to get rid of that because you can't
You
gain
want
life.
that life gain.
You want the life gain. Overall, this deck is one of the... it's not as strongly built as the Jund or Grixis ones, but it has a lot going for it. It's a very strong starting point. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for these colors, because there are a lot of really good cards that will benefit you as you start to make changes to the deck and make it your own.
Absolutely. And you know what? Mayael is already a fairly popular general.
She sees a lot of play. There's actually a website online that is all it's about is Mayael. And all it's about is
brilliant.
The people who play Mayael as their general.
And the cards that they want to build around that. We might, if you're lucky, we'll dig that link out for you and put it on the article below.
If that's your thing.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely have a link to your website and mine down there.
Yep, there might be suggestions there. There might not. But anyways, there'll be something of a write-up there, right?
But definitely take a look at all of the links down below. And
that was Nature of the Beast. Make sure to look for the other Commander videos we've done with John and myself, Bob, MTG Realm.
And Command Tower.
Very good. John, thank you very much.
Thank you.